Hello everyone, my name is Rifki Azuhdi from IF25B class and my NPM is 25312099. I want to make video learning about computer evolution. Look at the device you are using to watch this video right now. Whether it's a smartphone, a laptop, or a tablet, did you know that the small device in your hand is millions of times more powerful than the computer NASA used to send humans to the moon? Today, we are going on a time travel journey. We are going to see how computers transformed from simple wooden counting tools to 30-ton giants and finally into microscopic chips that have changed the way we live. But before we start, here is a fun fact. Back in the day, the word computer wasn't the name of a machine. It was actually a job title. A computer was a human being whose job was to sit all day and perform mathematical calculations. So, how did we go from humans to machines? Let's find out. Long before electricity exists, humans need tools to help them count. Around 2400 BC, the Babylonians created the abacus. This is the earliest ancestor, simple but effective for basic arithmetic. However, the next massive leap didn't happen until thousands of years later, in the 19th century. Meet Charles Babbage. He is often called the father of the computer. In the 80 and 22, he designed the difference engine and later the analytical engine. The analytical engine was incredible. It had the concept of input, process, which he called the mill, and memory, which he called the store. Sadly, due to the limitations of metalworking at the time, the machine was never fully completed during his life. This is where another key figure appears. Ada Lovelace. She wrote the notes and algorithm for Babbage machines. Because of this, Ada Lovelace is recognized as the world's first computer programmer. Fast forward to the 1940, World War II triggered a desperate need to calculate missile trajectories and break enemy codes. This marked the birth of the first generation. This is the ENIAC or Electrical Numeric Integrator and Computer built in 1946. Look at the size of it. It weighed 30 tons, covered 166 square meters and used 1800 vacuum tubes. The downside of this generation hit enormous amounts of heat. They broke down constantly. The electricity used by the ENIAC could light up a small village, and they used very complex machine language. The term computer bug became popular when a real mouse flew into the Harvard Mark II computer, got stuck in a relay and caused it to fail. The world changed completely in 1947 with the invention of the transistor. This was the dawn of the second generation. Transistor did the same job as a vacuum tubes, acting as on-off switch, but they were much smaller, faster, didn't overheat, and were cheaper. Computers started to shrink. This era also saw the birth of programming languages like COBOL and Fortran. But humans are never satisfied. What if we squeeze thousands of transistors onto a single small chip? Enter the third generation with the invention of the integrated circuit or IC. Jack Kilby and Robert Noyce are the heroes here. With ICs, computers become much more compact and energy efficient. This is the era where computers started using keyboards, monitor, and operating system. Before this, we were just using punch cards and printed paper. And this is bring us to the era we know today, the fourth generation. The key is one word, microprocessor. In 1971, Intel released the 40 and 04 chip. Imagine the entire CPU or the brain of the computer compressed into one tiny chip that fits on your fingertip. This triggered the personal computer or PC revolution. In the 70s and 80s, names like Steve Jobs, Apple, and Bill Gates Microsoft began to rise. Computers entered our homes. Then in the 1990s, the internet exploded. Computers were no longer just for counting, they were for connecting the world. The evolution in this generation is insane. Moore's law started that processor speeds would double every 2 years, and it came true. Your smartphone today is the big result of these four generations. So what's next? We are currently stepping into the fifth generation. The focus of this generation is no longer just raw speed, but artificial intelligence or AI and quantum computing. Future computers are expected to learn on their own, recognize voice and face, and solve complex problems the traditional computer can touch. Quantum computers, for example, use quantum physics or qubits to perform calculations at speed that defy our current logic. Computers are also merging with our lives through wearable devices and the Internet of Things. The boundary between the physical world and the digital world is becoming thinner every day. From wooden beds to rooms filled with the hot vacuum tubes to artificial intelligence in your pockets, the evolution of computers proves one thing: human curiosity has no limits. Here is a question for you. If computers are this advanced today, what do you think they will look like in 50 years? Let me know your imagination in the comment below. I am Rifki. Thank you for watching this journey through history. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more educational video. See you in the future.